He survived bullets, dropped 92 points, and lives off candy. LaMelo Ball's life sounds fake until you hear the truth. LaMelo Ball isn't just an NBA phenom, he's a walking headline. From cheating his way into the league with a secret training regimen to surviving a shootout as a toddler, his story is wilder than his no-look passes. Here are 10 jaw-dropping facts about the Hornets superstar that even diehard fans don't know.
What age and some of the drills you did and when you knew that basketball meant everything to you?
Well, really, when I was like 3, that's when it was, playing on like a 10-foot hoop. And then, what did you say after that?
LaMelo Ball's insane range didn't come from repetition, it came from rebellion. At just 3 years old, while most kids were learning how to shoot on plastic mini hoops, LaMelo was being forced to launch basketballs at a full-size 10-foot rim. Why? Because LaVar Ball, his loud, controversial, but undeniably strategic father, wanted to build an NBA monster from day one. Melo wasn't taught form shooting or fundamentals. Instead, he stood under regulation hoops, barely able to lift the ball, and just hoisted shot after shot. No drills, no coaching, just repetition. Pure chaotic repetition. And guess what? It worked. By the time he was in high school, LaMelo was draining half-court shots so casually that even Steph Curry had to take notice. Curry once praised Melo's high school range, calling it crazy confidence. And Melo, he kept it simple. We didn't do drills, just hoisted shots for hours. That lie of training like a grown man while still in diapers, it built the shooter you see today.
That pulled up from half court, LaMelo Ball. You see that highlight?
I did. That was some confidence right there. That right there was pretty unbelievable though.
Before he ever stepped onto an NBA court, LaMelo faced real danger. When he was just 4 years old, he and his family were caught in a gang-related shootout at a gym in California. Bullets started flying, chaos broke out, and LaMelo, terrified and frozen, just stood there, unable to move. That's when LaVar Ball made what might have been the most important play of his life. He sprinted through the noise and panic, scooped his youngest son into his arms, and ran out of the gym to safety. Witnesses still remember seeing LaMelo stuck in fear, paralyzed as shots echoed off the walls. That moment didn't just shake the family, it bonded them forever. LaMelo would later say, "He saved my life." It's a story that rarely gets told, but it explains why Melo plays with so much edge, because he's already survived the kind of chaos most people never see.
Great Dane and then the Sharpay. Nice.
Perfect steal. Who's with me? That would be Trez. Between the legs, throw it off the glass.
For LaMelo, the number 1 isn't just a jersey. It's part of who he is. He literally tattooed it on his chest, wore it proudly throughout high school, and tied his identity to it long before reaching the NBA. So when the Hornets handed him number 2 instead, because Malik Monk already had number 1, LaMelo lost it. He didn't just grumble. He dropped $300,000 on custom Diamond 1 chains to make a statement. He publicly begged Monk on social media to give it up. He even claimed his team's losses were partially due to the bad karma of wearing the wrong number. And eventually, the Hornets folded. They let Monk walk in free agency, opening the door for LaMelo to finally wear his precious number 1. What happened next? He lit up the court, dropping 30 points and dishing dimes like it was personal. "I'm not supposed to wear 2 ever again," he said. And honestly, after watching that performance, he was right. Most NBA players keep a casual eye on their 2K rating, not LaMelo. When NBA 2K gave him an 83 rating on his 3-point shot, Melo took it personally.
Guess your 2K ratings, your 3-pointer. 93. 83. 83, what the Layup. Layup, 90.
Instead of tweeting about it or calling out the devs, he did what he does best. He balled out. Within weeks of the game's release, LaMelo dropped a career-high 9 3-pointers in a single game. Then just days later, he unleashed a 50-point explosion that had the league on notice and 2K scrambling for a mid-season update. After the performance, fans noticed his shooting rating got a quiet bump. LaMelo? He threw shade on social media. "Y'all better update it again." Say what you want about Melo, but one thing's clear, he plays with a chip on his shoulder, and 2K just handed him a reason to go nuclear. On the court, LaMelo drives to the basket with flair. Off the court, same energy, just faster, louder, and way more dangerous.
And what kind of car you have, Melo? What?
Lambo. And I drive BMW.
No, you're not listening to me, homie. Is his headphones on?
Yeah, they're on.
What kind of car do you want? Do you have? Not what kind of car you want. What kind of car do you drive now?
Lambo.
Since he was 16, LaMelo's been collecting luxury cars like trading cards. He's been pulled over in custom Lamborghinis, snapped riding through town in souped-up sports cars, and even filmed jumping out of a moving golf cart, just for fun. His garage is a showroom for the world's flashiest whips, custom colors, spinning rims, and probably a subwoofer that can shake an arena. Fans in Charlotte stake out his parking spots just to see what new toy he pulls up in. When asked about his driving habits, he kept it 100. I drive how I play. No brakes. Is it dangerous? Sure, but it's LaMelo, and speed has always been his style. When LaMelo dropped 92 points in a single high school game, the internet lit up. Clips of him cherry-picking, launching shots from half court, and laughing while defenders gave up made headlines around the world. Critics said it was showboating. What didn't they know? That game was dedicated to Lexi Anderson.
Lexi was running the mile at school and passed out.
A fellow student battling a serious heart condition. She needed a heart transplant, and her family was struggling to raise the funds. So LaMelo turned the spotlight into a fundraiser. His wild game went viral, and in just 48 hours, over $20,000 was raised through social media. Lexi got her surgery, and LaMelo got the win on and off the court. Years later, when asked about that night, Melo said it best. Scoring's cool, but saving lives? That's forever. It's not just a stat line, it's a legacy. Here's something almost no one knows. LaMelo Ball was born left-handed, but if you've watched him play, you've probably seen him dominate with his right. That's because LaVar, always thinking a step ahead, made a controversial parenting decision early on. He forced Melo to use his right hand at the dinner table, every meal, every day. Eventually, that habit spilled onto the court. Now, LaMelo is fully ambidextrous. He's comfortable throwing no-look passes with either hand, finishing layups on both sides, and even hitting left-handed threes during a stretch when his shooting wrist was injured. This rare skill makes defenders second guess every move, and LaMelo knows it. Most guys can't go left. I'm built differently. Turns out eating cereal with the wrong hand was all part of the master plan. LaMelo doesn't just make headlines on the court, he's a viral magnet off of it too. Remember his appearance on WWE Raw with LaVar and Lonzo? During a live segment, LaMelo grabbed the mic and randomly shouted, "Big booty hoes," on national TV. The crowd went silent, the internet blew up, WWE had to issue a formal apology, but that wasn't the only wild mic moment. At his Rookie of the Year acceptance speech, Melo froze mid-sentence and blamed the pause on the rain. Yep, rain made me forget. Thank y'all became an instant meme. Every time LaVar tried to rein him in, Melo would do something even more unpredictable. Whether it's interviews, speeches, or off-the-cuff quotes, he's always one sentence away from viral. While most NBA players obsess over protein shakes and recovery diets, LaMelo has a guilty pleasure that's become part of his pregame ritual: Skittles. Not just a handful either. We're talking buckets of them before warm-ups. In a candid overtime interview, he admitted, "I can't live without candy. It's my fuel." Some fans thought he was joking until teammates backed it up. One even said, "Dude's bloodstream is 50% sugar. It might sound ridiculous, but somehow it works."
Definitely gotta go with candy. I love candy. Chocolate, sweet, all that. It's all good.
LaMelo shows up to games with energy, creativity, and bounce that most players can't replicate. And what if that energy comes in rainbow colors? So be it. Before making it to the NBA, LaMelo played in the JBA, a pro league created by LaVar to bypass college basketball. It was bold, brash, and short-lived. During a heated tour game in Lithuania, Melo sucker punched an opposing player mid-game. The fight escalated fast. Benches cleared, punches flew, and the whole thing was caught on camera. The clip went viral, but not in a good way. European teams were furious. Sponsors backed out, and within weeks, LaVar had to shut the entire league down. Behind closed doors, he reportedly exploded, yelling at Melo, "You selfish mother, you killed my brand." That punch didn't just end a game, it ended LaVar's business empire.
You a selfish mother. You get tapped in the head. I told your ass. We cannot respond like that. You of all people. But you let me down. You my brand, you my game. We don't win because your ass. Let's go. What you want to do?
But ironically, it also set Melo on a path to real pro basketball overseas, and eventually the NBA spotlight he was always destined for. LaMelo Ball is more than highlights. He's a walking headline. If you're riding the Melo wave, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild stories, bold plays, and unforgettable moments. Hit that bell so you never miss a twist in his unpredictable journey.